Yeah, hello everyone. I'm actually very happy to be here and to hear all the other amazing talks. And I just graduated actually from the joint course called Innovation Design Engineering between Royal College of Art and Imperial College. My name is Katrin Baumgarten. And I just gonna talk about this one project, which is called the Aesthetics of Disgust, and was my final project at the RCA. And I got really, basically it all started with me being a bit annoyed with design, usually just concentrating on pleasant emotions. And like from Stark, a quote like he says, design is made with a broomstick. Like noise, general disorder is seen as a disturbance of cultural standards and battled against with design. But for me, the metaphor design as a broomstick is kind of disqualifying its meanings, emotions, and possibilities to cross boundaries. So I got really interested in paradoxical emotions. Our human relationships already kind of consists, or we seek paradoxical emotions. We are often between love and hate, or yeah, I thought that can be good for design, our relationship with objects as well. So the paradoxical emotion I'm concentrating on is disgust, because our 21st century life kind of is devoted to avoiding aspects that disgust us, and but we often feel unreasonably disgusted against like insects, dirt, and try to have this super hygienic life. Yeah, repulsion and desire do not lie far apart. So, for example, if you see something disgusting, you do a double take, or the media kind of exploits this idea to shock, to increase the interest in their shows. Like, for example, if you would see a show like Jackass, you kind of have a little rebellion on your couch against society, so you're breaking taboos by watching it. And yeah, to sum up this research, this quote from our Colonai is really good because he's a very good disgust researcher. The voting object exerts a certain macabre attraction over the subject, leading to a peculiar absorption in the object and lending a magnetism to this aversion. So yeah, I started to make objects which I would rather call experiments, as they all revolve around this hypothesis I developed, which was by introducing the aesthetics of disgust as a medium for design, one can intensify the user and object relationship through creating paradoxical emotions. And yeah, this was a long sentence, but basically I want to establish design as disgust as an emotion to concentrate on in design and our relationships with objects. So my first experiment, this picture of my messy desk, was to to transform an everyday object in several disgusting ways. And I chose the light switch as it is a very ordinary interaction, and it's kind of merged into subconsciousness, and everyone kind of knows what to do to a light switch. So I transformed several light switches either in a visual or tactile or dynamic disgusting way, and connected them all to the Arduino and collected the data for how often and how long you would press each switch. So I put it in a public space, let random people interact, and collected the amount, the quantity and duration of each switch press. So I could say at the end, okay, this switch was very successful because a lot of people interacted with it, and basically I wanted to prove that disgust is closely linked to fascination. So often people would go like, ooh, what's that? But then they would touch like 2 or 3 times, or even more. So I had 2 different outputs, this data which I was processing, and the light bulb, so the people would just turn on and off a light bulb. And
that's a good one. I like that one.
You really didn't want us to go.
They still they go down.
yeah. So there was one which was releasing goo and sucking it back in. Yeah, there was quite a lot of people were happy interacting. And the one which disappeared, and this one, the one with the hair standing up, which were the most, people were drawn to it. And especially with the last two one, I got really interested in this situation where suddenly this witch itself was disgusted about the person. So the one didn't want to be touched and disappeared, and the other one got this hair standing up. So I figured out there are two ways of disgust. So usually a person would be disgusted about the object, but suddenly when the object is disgusted about the person, it creates a whole new communication between the object and the person, because suddenly this usually electronical dead object has an opinion about my behavior, and so I again have to react to this object. So that's what I wanted to concentrate on, and I made these disgusted objects where I basically took away every function and just concentrated on this emotion. And I made the one object which started to have bumps on the surface, like as if it would get goosebumps when you would move it or interact with it. And the other one start to squirm in your hand when you hold it. So as if it would want to move out of this situation. Yeah, they're all connected somehow. Yeah, so there are three kinds of disgust. It's a physical disgust, which I concentrated on with light switches, so like foul food or insects, etc. So moral disgust, which usually concentrates on behaviors. So there are three kinds of disgust. And the sexual disgust, which I'm concentrating on now, with a secret foul communication device. So usually, or the extreme of sexual disgust is basically like incest or sexual crime, but it also starts by merely inappropriate behaviors. For example, touching each other in an intimate and sexual way in public spaces. Also, this might comfort the two persons involved, and it's kind of part of human nature. So disgust is kind of acting, keeping us on a distance. And so I made a metaphor to that, which is also this handheld abstract object where the actual interaction is hidden, so you have to put your finger inside, and so if you move your finger, the other one is going to feel it through movement and pressure and could touch back. Where so basically, the actual interaction is hidden, so you have to put your finger inside. This, and I wanted to explore if you this, move your finger, the other one is going to feel it through movement, sexual disgust, and the desirable intimate interaction, basically. This might be okay if you imagine it with a partner, but what if you suddenly could touch a stranger and you would get sexual disgust and communicate the desirable intimate interaction? Also touches a bit on this might be inner body disgust, which we are usually like the skin protects us against our purely functional and elusive innards, and this also
usually
touches a bit
but
on
inner body
against
disgust,
innards,
which
parts
which is for me has a
protects
quite
us
a
against
strong
our,
parallel to technology today, which
purely
always gets more and more
elusive innards, and
sleek and cold
usually-
and distant, and
we are
but
discussing against innards, the body,
yeah,
parts,
very
which is for me
abstract in a
has
way.
a quite a
Parallel
to technology today.
For me, it should
always
be
gets more and
design
more
should step
sleek
or
and
move
cold
away
and
from the
distant
sleek and distant and become
but
more human again.
in a
And
interaction design,
especially
for me, it
today,
should
is
be
usually just
design
concentrating on
should
user-friendliness, but user-friendliness
move away from
means
the sleek and
like
distant and
productivity and efficiency,
and
and
more
isn't
human again.
at all
And,
concentrating on
interaction design,
human desires,
especially
emotions,
today,
or
is
meanings,
usually
which
just concentrating on
which,
user-friendliness, but
are
user-friendliness
so much more
means
important.
like
So, and
productivity
for
and
me,
efficiency,
this
and,
interaction
isn't
at
all
should be
concentrating on
rehumanized.
human
And
desire, emotions,
one part
or
of this is
meanings, which
for me is emotion
are so much
disgust, as
more
it is usually
important. So
pushed aside
for
by
me,
technology and
this
science in
interaction
general, and design in specific.
should be rehumanized.
Yeah, but
And,
I hope I could show
one
you
part
that
of this is
disgust
for me is
can create,
emotion
in
disgust,
certain
as it
extent,
is
even a
usually,
poetic dialogue
pushed
with
aside
the
by
object.
technology and science
Yep.
in general and design in specific.
Thank you. Poetic dialogue with the object. Yep. So